Just in general, in terms of the Wisconsin game, obviously we have our hands full. We've got a highly ranked opponent coming in. It's with 18 returning starters off a team that won their bowl game last year, finished 16th in the nation. I think they're very much deserving of their national ranking. And as far as the Rebs go, we've been working hard ourselves, and we're just committed to trying to be a good football team and working to improve every week. So that's what I think we've done. So, fire away.
Bobby, just the obvious question about quarterback. What did it for you there?
You know, it was really close. We've had a great competition, and like you and I have talked almost daily. All of us in here have talked almost daily the last couple of weeks. It's been a really good competition, and Mike had a slight upper hand. And as we said all along, it'd be an open competition, and Mike came out on top. With that being said, I would anticipate Omar Clayton will play a substantial number of snaps this year, and will, every guy on our team knows they've got to keep performing and competing in order to maintain their starting position.
You plan to put Omar in at certain spots, or is it
we don't have it's not a platoon deal. We don't want to roll quarterbacks. We'll not have a prescribed role, but Mike's our starter for the Wisconsin game, and we hope he plays really well. I'm excited for him.
Can you talk a little bit about Clay, the Badger running back?
Oh yeah, yeah. I can talk quite a while about him. He's a really good player. He's big. He's got good top end speed for a back his size. I mean, that's probably pretty obvious given the fact that he was the Big Ten Player of the Year last year on offense. He had off-season surgery on both ankles, and they talked about him being slowed down, yet he was still the Player of the Year in their league. So he's kind of a scary guy. He's a really good football player, and anybody that plays them will have their hands full trying to stop him. And he's a good player, but the offensive line is really good. In particular, the left side's got All-Americans on it, and different publications rank their offensive line as the #1 group in the country as offensive linemen, and I saw the same. Anthon had their running backs as the 3rd best group in the country. So that's a pretty formidable running game.
Your own running game, you get Trotter as a starter. Does it really matter considering you're going to divide the carries pretty well?
Yeah, that'll be the first carry, and then we're going to try to divide them up as you and I have talked. As the early season rolls on, we're going to try to spread the carries around. You won't see anybody, at least the plan right now is you won't see anybody getting more than 20 carries a game.
Coach, can you go back and talk about how you determined Mike to be the starter, and what day was it? Was it just last week? Was it just
yesterday morning? The coordinator and I came in, and Rob and I reviewed the tape. We reviewed the numbers, which were almost identical, and we had a nice discussion about it. Just decided on it.
Mike, what's your reaction to it?
Excited, just come out here and lead the team in the first game of the year. It's going to be a pretty big game. We're going to play a really good opponent. Just go out there and lead the team as I have been in practice, and just go out there and play as usual.
Since you've started before, does it help?
Oh, definitely. I mean, experience definitely helps. I'm not going out there, wide-eyed and not knowing what to expect. So to go out there and just take it as another game and just go out there and perform as usual.
When you got hurt up in Ely, and you missed 2 or 3 days, were you concerned at that point the job's something like that?
I mean, with injury, it's kind of hard to tell. You're missing snaps, and you definitely needed those reps to kind of show what you can bring. So I took it as an eye opener. You can get this game can be taken away from any point in time. So with the reps you have and the time you have to play, you definitely got to make use of it.
Bob, this isn't the first time. I mean, when you were out in Montana, you guys opened up against Iowa one year. Is there anything you could take from that, the experience, that kind of translates to this kind of experience for you?
Well, in terms of style, offensively and defensively, Wisconsin is traditional, sort of the Big Ten way, and as is Iowa. So we maybe have a little bit of a gauge. When we did play Iowa, they had the returning rushing leader in the Big Ten coming back at the time. And we fared well for a while. We really didn't play very well offensively, and we played pretty good on defense for 3 quarters. But, you know, it's every year's different, every team's different. The matchups, it's really hard to tell. So that's kind of a roundabout way of telling you I'm not sure what to expect on Saturday. I don't know how it's going to play out.
Does it help that UNLV's strength and played Wisconsin pretty well?
You know, we can look back on that and try to hang our hat on that to a degree, but I think, first of all, this Wisconsin team's awfully good, and each game, each season's unique to itself, so we could hang our hat on that a little bit, but it really comes down to them being a really good team, and we're a team that's trying to become that, so we'll see how it goes Saturday. We've got to play hard and well to be in the game.
Bobby, your thoughts about scheduling? I know you weren't involved in this, maybe you will be in the future. What's your thoughts about the caliber of opponent you like to play right off the bat? Do you have any thoughts at all about
I kind of like Wisconsin's schedule.
Okay.
Little Boston P in there?
Yeah, that's a good deal. I don't think they're on ours. Our schedule's demanding, obviously, we've talked ad nauseam about it. You know, we've got a tall order this year. Our league is extremely difficult, week in, week out. Everybody's competitive. And then you couple that with all the bowl teams in the non-conference schedules. It's pretty ambitious.
Specifically, and they can't look at some of the guys who want to play in there.
Yeah, we exchanged film obviously in the off-season with them, and part of the deal was we exchanged our film from last year, our coaching staff's film, along with our UNLV film from last year. But you know, part of this is maybe a little mystery for them, not knowing exactly what we're going to do, because we have changed up significantly on both sides of the ball. So they'll have to be ready for some things, and maybe we have a little advantage because we have a pretty good idea of who they are.
Can a couple of you guys talk, and Coach, you included, just talk about expectations as far as atmosphere on Saturday? We know it's going to be a sellout crowd, or close to sellout. I'm sure it's a sellout crowd by now, but obviously with the stadium packed with 40,000, going to be a lot of energy. Let's just talk about it.
Well, I'll let these guys, because it's my first game here too, so I'll see. I'll get to see. And frankly, I don't. These guys notice. I don't notice too much. So go ahead, Mom.
Okay. Well, it's definitely gonna be packed house. Real exciting. Kind of crowd I look forward to playing in front of. They're gonna bring a lot of fans, which should get us into the game more. Probably talk a lot of trash and also them, but that just makes the game more fun. So nothing I can be scared of.
Mike, you want to talk about it for us, just that atmosphere?
Just like back to my freshman year, we played Wisconsin here. Definitely an electrifying crowd. Sellout. They bring a lot of fans. It's going to be a house full of red. Hopefully our noise will be a little louder. But you couldn't ask for a better crowd for the first game of the season. With just a new era beginning here and everything different, just to start the game off. Start the season off with this kind of game. Definitely going to be a good one.
That point spread firing you guys up a little bit?
What is it?
20 and a half.
None of us. We're not concerned. That may be the standard answer here. We're actually telling the truth today. We've been too busy to look.